What is going on, fight fans? So Canelo wins his fight with Jermell, and the post-fight conference takes place. And in that post-fight press conference, Canelo says this.
Right here, Canelo. Terence Crawford, his name keeps coming up, and I know he's a lot smaller than you. Is that a fight that you would ever consider under any circumstance?
You know, I always say if the fight make sense, why not? But he is not in the plan.
He's not in the plan.
No.
Okay. Is there a specific reason for it? Is it because of his size, or it won't do anything for you in terms of pushing you toward your goals?
You know, like I say, it makes sense maybe. I don't know right now. I just wanna enjoy this fight, and please let me enjoy this fight. And then you're gonna know what is next for sure.
That's right. Crawford is not in the plan. He's not in the plan for a Canelo Crawford super fight. Now, from the perspective of Canelo, I completely understand where he's coming from, because in his mind, one, his domination, which some of you are like, that's not, he didn't get dominated, he just won. No, that's domination. When you literally cancel all of your opponent's offense, when you win every single round imaginable, which is 12, when you are landing shots at will, and when you're landing power shots at will, when you're knocking down your opponent, when you put all of that together, you're basically, you own the center of the ring. When all of that comes together, that is domination. Doesn't necessarily always have to be knockouts to be a domination. It was a dominant performance. But like, I digress. Let's move on. Yeah, I see it from his perspective. He could use the Jermell. Like, look at Jermell. He was 154 and he went up 2 weight classes, and look, it was essentially not even competitive. So what is the point? But Crawford, he's a different beast. He is not Jermell. He is the #1 pound for pound fighter in the world. He is possibly one of the best, one of the top 5, top 10 best fighters of all time, with some legitimate argument to the case, being a 2-division 4-belt era undisputed champion, and never having any wins that were controversial in the sense where he should have lost that fight. There's never been a fight for Crawford where it's like, oh, he didn't really win, it was a robbery. There are none that exist, because if they were a close fight, he knocked them out. If it was not close, he went to the scorecard, but he completely dominated them. So I think Crawford is a different story, but it is upsetting because being not in the plan means that they already have something lined up for Canelo's second and third fight. They have something planned for that. I don't know if that plan changes after Crawford fights Errol Spence for the second time. It's a possibility, right? He might not be in the plans because he has a fight with Errol Spence. But it's a little bit of it's a little bit salty, because when Crawford said he wanted to fight him at a catchweight of 160 or something to that nature, Canelo was like, no, if you want to fight me, come all the way up. And the moment Crawford said, I'll go all the way up, now Canelo is pivoting and saying he doesn't want to fight Crawford. Once again, from Canelo's perspective, I get it. He beat up a 154 fighter. He's going to feel like if he beats up on Crawford, it's going to do nothing for his legacy. So I understand that. But it is a super fight, right? It's a 2-division undisputed champion going up against an undisputed champion for the undisputed title. That's a lot, right? Like, that's a mouthful. And it's going to be, I think, Canelo's biggest fight, bar none, right? Also, I did suspect that Canelo was going to fight before the whole Crawford-Errol Spence situation. I suspected that Canelo would fight Benavidez in May, and then in September that he would fight Boo Boo Andre just to close it out, right? Because he's already fought Caleb Plant, doesn't need to do that again. The only other person he needs to fight is Benavidez to close it out for everyone who's, talking trash about Canelo Alvarez. But the Terence Crawford win put a wrench in that, in my mind, because Terence Crawford's willing to do that jump, and it'll be an amazing competitive matchup. But now Benavidez is about to fight Boo Boo Andre. So if Benavidez beats Boo Boo Andre, which I am predicting that Benavidez will win against Andre, then it kind of eliminates Andre from the equation. Canelo doesn't have to fight him. So that September date could be wide open for a Canelo versus Crawford fight. Although Canelo's saying he's not in the plans, maybe he can be in the plans after the Errol Spence fight, because who else will Canelo fight to make as much money as he can make to fight Terence Crawford? There is no one in the PBC that would challenge him to that degree and be that dance partner that he needs. The money will make sense. And he even said in that same interview, if it makes sense, but right now he's not in the plan. So I still hold out hope that in September of next year, that Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, barring that Crawford wins his fight with Errol Spence, which I believe he will, that Benavidez, that Canelo wins his fight with Benavidez, which is going to be a tough one, and we're going to have to try to analyze that one before we can make a full prediction, because we are on a 9-fight prediction streak, because we make sure we analyze the fights. We don't go by our hearts, we go by our brains here in Boxing Fanatico. We're going to have to see if he can get past Benavidez. The fight becomes even bigger if he gets past Benavidez. If he doesn't, then that's going to throw a big wrench. If Benavidez wins, that will throw a big wrench in the equation. Well, anyways, let me know what you guys think. Do you think Canelo should be open to fighting Terence Crawford? Should Crawford already be in his plans? Or is he just, feeling like there's no point because I'm not going to get any credit for this win because he's going to be so small coming all the way up? Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. And of course, as always, we'll see you in the next video. Don't forget, we go live tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time to 8 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to talk about the fight. We're going to talk about this whole Terence Crawford-Canelo situation. It's going to be a blast. Come join us right here live on Boxing Fanatico, episode 64. Until the next one, guys. Peace out.